What's your best score here?
84.
84. Okay. Okay, not too bad. Where do you feel like you lose shots?
Low iron.
Okay.
Always low iron.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What does the ball do?
It just doesn't get there. It doesn't go straight.
Okay.
Or it'll lose a lot of distance.
Okay.
I don't know why that is, but it seems like that's the case.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that on my driver, but my driver seems to be pretty good. Okay.
Okay.
But when I hit with this one, it tends to drift a little bit.
Okay.
Not really a fade, but whatever.
Well, if the low irons are
maybe it's a mechanics thing rather than, if you pick up another driver and you find that it's always going to the right, then maybe it's some sort of mechanic problem.
Yeah.
As opposed to then what you know how to hit your own club.
Totally. But most of the time, like if there's something wrong with the short irons, it shows up with the long club too. So whatever we do today with the short stuff, it'll bleed into the driver just fine. Were you fit for your irons?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was.
All right. So check that off the list. Okay. Well, let's hit some shots. Let me see what you're doing. You taken lessons before?
No, actually never.
Okay, never. Okay, so you got down to a 9 by yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. You don't like numbers on your clubs?
They're Roman numerals.
Yeah. You deal with Patrick?
Yeah, okay. So you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know those guys well.
Yeah. So this is my 5 iron.
Okay, and what's your target line?
Straight.
Toward, we need to have some idea.
Towards the tree, I guess.
Tallest tree?
Tallest tree.
Let's do it. Okay.
Also, typically, so when I have trouble with that iron, those irons,
Mm-hmm.
I dig a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas these longer irons, I can kind of pick it, but with those other ones, it just goes down.
Okay. The Strixons. Is that what you mean? These longer irons?
No, there's only one Strixon.
Oh, just all of your longer irons.
No, sorry, the shorter irons.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting from 7 onwards.
Okay.
It just digs when I go down.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay. So I see a few things going on. Let's get to something lower. What's that one?
Case in point.
Yeah, bigger divot there. Okay. Guys like Jim Furyk make it look like the swing is a loop, right? But every player, completely, but every player does feel that it loops. And they all have it loop from an outside spot to an inside spot, whether it just happens a little bit or it happens like Furyk where it's a lot. Okay, everybody feels the loop from out there to behind them to into the golf ball. And so what we want to try and do is, like, if we felt as though that like a 3-year-old was standing right beside you right here, you want to try and make a backswing where you lift the club up over that 3-year-old, right over their head, okay? Because if it goes back under, right, now the only way that I can get this club up is I can't use my wrists, I have to use my arm, right? So now I've lifted the club up to here, which doesn't look too bad, but the only place that I can now go from here is to get the club back out in front of me, because I'm kind of stuck back here. If it goes under, I get stuck. So I want to try and feel today that the first thing we're doing in the takeaway is getting the club hinged up. Now we kind of have to understand that the club is kind of like a seesaw, it's a teeter-totter. The more that I push the butt of the club down to the ground, the more the club head goes up in the sky. Okay, so in the takeaway, I want it to feel like you're controlling this end of the club by pushing it down to get the club up. And you can see that when I do that on the right line from where you're standing, see how the club head and my hands are in the same line from where you are? Yeah. They're not inside anymore. Okay, so we're going to go there, up over that 3-year-old, and then from there I want you to hit it. Because like I said, all swings are going to loop if we're too far off of a swing plane. If it's too far over here, it'll loop too far under that way. So we just want to find the right amount of out so that it loops down under a little bit, close to our swing plane here. So here, up and over, and then from there go ahead and hit it. And I think it's going to find its way to get shallower, come more from the inside, so we lose we lose the fat shot and we lose the cut. Okay, both of those are going to go away. So we're going to start this by going 1. Okay, look at the golf ball, up, and hit. Okay, that's our first drill. The next drill, we're going to tee this ball up for the second drill. We're going to feel like we take it all the way to the top, past the hinge, all the way up, hold it here, and what I want you to do is feel like you're going to loop this club, almost like you're going to shoot the ball straight out to the right. Okay, so the opposite of a pull is a push. The opposite of a fade is a draw. We're going to start building in pieces to make those two happen. Okay, so second drill, we've teed it up a little bit. The idea is to take it up over the 3-year-old, and then from there, feel like you can swing out to the right a little bit. And just feel like you're swinging out to push the ball out there a touch. But when we put all of these together, and you start doing this where the club goes up over the 3-year-old and you move toward the target, all of that stuff's going to make things go that way. Right? But if we have this as an accident, we're going to practice a couple of those until we feel like, hey, I can just swing straight and the ball goes straight. Pretty simple stuff. So let me see you work on your takeaway. See how we can get this. Okay, so take it back to me. You want to feel this today.
Got it.
Okay, one more time. Club head out here. Yeah, hands stay low and close to you. There you go. Wonderful.
It feels like it's really closed, but I guess that's...
The club face is closed?
Correct.
Okay. Let's hit it. Let's take it out that way and hit it. The most you can. Exaggerate this. Okay. Another one. Feet a touch closer. The ball a little more back in your stance. Closer to the middle. Keep going. Right there. Good. Big turn out and away with the arms. So same move, hold your finish on this one. Good job. You got way taller on that one in your finish, which was way better. I mean, yeah, like your moves are good. Right. And I know that it's new, so it's a little bit dramatic and you're doing it a little bit slower, but at some point I'd love to see what happens when you speed it up. I know it sounds a little strange to say, but I think you're going to find some lag and some swagger by just speeding it up a bit. One more. So once you've reached that bigger backswing with the shoulder, feel from there that you're getting tall and forward. Yeah, tall is going to be the big one. Good swing.
It's an odd thing on short iron to feel like you're making that big of a turn.
I know, but I'm hoping that the extra range of motion means that you don't have to swing as hard to get the same distance. Yeah, I think the heavy shots are just like, to chalk it up to a word, slow.
Yes.
Yep, that's all. But I love the shoulder to the ball idea. This is a big one for us.
Now, I don't know on those shots if that's a draw or if it's a pull.
Pull. So in terms of the backswing, if you could feel as though that right shoulder got to the ball before you did anything to your arms or wrists. So, old school used to call this a one-piece takeaway. You're trying to feel like that one-piece takeaway happens all the way until your right shoulder gets to the ball. Then go ahead and fold that up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you start to bend and get the club back, it gets back a little bit behind you like we saw before, and that prevents the shoulder from doing anything. So feel like your setup arms and clubs stay the same until the shoulder's all the way cranked back. Good job. And like I can tell you, that would drastically help your pitching too. Being able to control your pitching by controlling your shoulders and your chest.
Do you think I should keep it as slow as I am going up? Or?
Yeah, your speed's going to be something that you're comfortable with. That'll be your thing. But just the structure of everything. If the arms bend too much or in the wrong spot, now I'm not going to turn anymore. Because I know that with the club here, if I got my shoulder to the ball line, it's too far to get back to the ball. So I want to feel like if this is my setup with my arms and my wrists, I leave that where it is until the shoulder gets to the ball, then I can fold this up and go. I think that's a better way to sequence it, to load it up, just so we don't have as much fat shot and as much pull. There you go. Perfect. What a great height too.